So you're gonna suck it from the hand of the taste now.
This is the largest city in northern Vietnam and the capital of Pho.
What if I told you that the best way to explore Vietnam isn't through maps or museums, but through food? From the smoky alleys of Hanoi to the beach grills of Da Nang and the chaos of Saigon streets, every bite tells a story. You'll taste the North's elegance, the Central Coast's spice, and the South's unstoppable energy, all in one unforgettable journey. In this ultimate Vietnam food tour, we're diving into the country's most iconic eats, from legendary noodle soups and royal dishes to fiery seafood feasts and late-night beer snacks. So, pull up a plastic stool, grab your chopsticks, and get ready to experience Vietnam like never before. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next city on this delicious journey through Asia's street food capital. What if I told you that the real soul of Hanoi isn't found in its museums or monuments, but in the tangled alleys of the old quarter after dark? Here, the streets turn into a living kitchen. Grills crackle, steam rises from bubbling pots, and the air is filled with the scent of sizzling garlic and fresh herbs. Plastic stools crowd the sidewalks, vendors serve recipes passed down for generations, and every corner hides a new discovery. Dishes that locals have loved for decades, and travelers rarely forget. Tonight, we're uncovering the street food secrets of Hanoi's old quarter. From bowls of noodles that warm the soul, to snacks so addictive you'll find yourself coming back for more. Stick around for number 1, it's the dish every Hanoian swears by. Number 10. Duck vermicelli soup. This is one of Hanoi's most comforting duck dishes. A steaming bowl of rice vermicelli noodles comes in a fragrant broth simmered with bamboo shoots and duck bones, giving it a deep, savory flavor. On the side, slices of tender boiled duck are served with a dipping sauce of fish sauce, ginger, and chili, which brings warmth and a little bite to the rich meat. Locals love this dish because it's hearty yet balanced. The earthiness of bamboo shoots, the richness of duck, and the freshness of herbs all come together in one bowl. For a popular version, try Bun Mung Vit on Nguyen Du Street, famous for its clear, flavorful broth. For a more hidden experience, Bun Mung Vit Con Nga on Hang Vai Street offers a homely feel and portions that locals say taste just like home cooking. Number 9. Pillow cakes. Shaped like little golden pillows, these crispy pastries are one of the old quarter's most comforting street snacks. The outer shell is made from wheat flour dough that's fried until flaky and crunchy, while the inside is stuffed with minced pork, glass noodles, mushrooms, and herbs. Some stalls even add quail eggs for extra richness. Bite into one, and you'll get that perfect combination of crisp pastry and savory filling, especially when dipped into sweet and sour fish sauce with shredded carrot and papaya. For the most famous spot, head to Bon Goi Li Quoc Su, where locals line up for fresh batches made to order. If you want something more casual, the pillow cake stalls on Hung Chiu Street are a late-night favorite, buzzing with hungry crowds after a night out. Number 8. Kebab rice noodles. Few dishes represent Hanoi better than a smoky plate of bún chả. This classic consists of grilled pork patties and thin slices of marinated pork belly, cooked over a charcoal fire until caramelized and fragrant. They're served in a bowl of light, tangy fish sauce broth with pickled vegetables, alongside a basket of fresh herbs and a plate of rice noodles. The beauty of bún chả is in the way you eat it. Take some noodles, dip them into the broth with pork, add herbs, and build each bite your own way. It's smoky, sweet, savory, and refreshing all at once. For a legendary experience, visit Bún Chả Hoang Lien on Le Vun Hu Street, made famous after US President Obama and Anthony Bourdain shared a meal there. For a more traditional and less touristy vibe, try Bún Chả 𝐸𝐿𝐵 on Hang Man Street, where the portions are generous and the flavors bold. Number 7. Steamed rice rolls. Soft, delicate, and bursting with flavor, steamed rice rolls are a Hanoi staple that you'll see being made right on the street. Thin sheets of rice batter are steamed on a cloth stretched over boiling water, then quickly filled with minced pork, wood ear mushrooms, and shallots before being rolled up and topped with crispy fried onions. They're served with a bowl of warm fish sauce on the side, sometimes with a Vietnamese pork sausage called cha lua. For a famous version, head to Ban Quan Ba Han on Tho Xuong Street, where you can watch each roll being made fresh to order. For a more old-school experience, Ban Quan Ba Hoan on To Hien Than Street is loved by locals for its consistency and traditional flavors. Number 6. Duck Pho. Hanoi may be known as the birthplace of pho, but it's also the only place in Vietnam where you'll find a duck version. Instead of beef or chicken, this pho uses tender slices of duck breast served in a light yet rich broth, infused with duck fat and warm spices. The noodles are the same flat rice noodles, but the flavor is deeper, more gamey, and uniquely northern. This dish is rare even in Hanoi, which is why locals take pride in it. For travelers, it's a must-try because it gives you a completely new perspective on pho, one that you won't find anywhere else in the country. For the most authentic taste, check out Pho Vit Tui on Hang Vai Street, a small shop tucked into the Old Quarter that specializes in duck pho. For a more modern version, Pho Vit on Hang Ju Street offers a slightly richer broth and generous duck portions, making it a favorite with late-night eaters. Number 5. Grilled pork skewers. Walk through the Old Quarter at night, and you'll quickly notice the smell of grilled pork skewers wafting through the air. Thin slices of marinated pork are threaded onto skewers and grilled over charcoal until the edges caramelize, creating a smoky, sweet aroma that's impossible to resist. They're usually served with a crusty baguette stuffed with pickled vegetables and chili sauce, making it both a snack and a mini meal. The pork is juicy, slightly sweet from honey or sugar, and carries that distinctive charred flavor that only comes from cooking over open flames. For the most popular spot, visit Thit Sien Nuong on Hang Boom Street, where skewers are grilled non-stop to keep up with the hungry night crowd. For a more hidden gem, the skewer stalls along Qiao Street offer cheaper, more local versions. No frills, just smoky, flavorful pork straight off the grill. Number 4. Egg coffee. Hanoi is famous for coffee, but nothing surprises first-time visitors more than egg coffee. Invented in the Old Quarter in the 1940s, this drink is made by whipping egg yolks with sugar and condensed milk into a thick, creamy foam, then pouring it over a small cup of strong Vietnamese coffee. The result is a drink that tastes almost like tiramisu in a cup. Rich, sweet, slightly bitter, and incredibly smooth. Sipped slowly, it's the perfect way to end a food crawl through the bustling streets. For the original experience, head to Cafe Giang on Nguyen Hu Hoan Street, the birthplace of egg coffee, where the recipe has been passed down for generations. For a more modern, atmospheric vibe, Jin Cafe near Hoan Kiem Lake is a hidden upstairs gem, perfect for soaking in the Old Quarter's charm while sipping this unique drink. Number 3. Crab Noodle Soup. Crab noodle soup is one of Hanoi's most comforting and flavorful bowls. The broth is made by simmering freshwater crabs with tomatoes, creating a light but tangy base that's packed with umami. Floating in the bowl are delicate crab paste patties, soft tofu, and sometimes fried tofu skin, all paired with thin rice noodles. What makes it special is the garnish: fresh herbs, lime, and a spoonful of chili paste that gives the broth a kick. It's a dish that feels homey, the kind locals crave on cool evenings, and it captures the balance of flavors that northern Vietnamese food is famous for: sour, savory, and just a little spicy. For a popular version, try Bun Rieu Qua Hang Bak, a busy stall where the soup is served fast and full of flavor. For a more hidden gem, Bun Rieu Qua on Nguyen Sio Street is loved by locals for its light, refreshing broth and generous portions of crab paste. Number 2. Pho. No list of Hanoi street food is complete without pho. While you can find it all over Vietnam, Hanoi is its birthplace, and the Old Quarter is where you'll taste it in its most authentic form. The broth is clear yet deeply flavorful, simmered for hours with beef bones, star anise, ginger, and spices. Thin slices of beef are added just before serving, along with flat rice noodles, scallions, and a squeeze of lime. What makes Hanoi's pho different is its simplicity. No overload of herbs or toppings, just a clean, delicate balance of broth, noodles, and beef. For the classic experience, visit Pho Gia Truyen Bat Jan on Bat Jan Street, where you'll often find long lines of locals waiting for a steaming bowl. For something equally authentic but a little less crowded, Pho Ly Quoc Su on Ly Quoc Su Street is a longtime favorite, known for its rich broth and tender beef. Number 1. Beer Street Snacks. At the very heart of Hanoi's Old Quarter is To Hien Street, known locally as Beer Street. Here, the food isn't about one dish, it's about the entire atmosphere. Plastic stools spill across the sidewalks, mugs of freshly brewed draft beer known as bia Hoi are poured non-stop, and tables quickly fill up with small plates of snacks made to keep you eating and drinking for hours. Think crispy fried tofu, grilled pork skewers, dried squid charred over open flames, and crunchy peanuts tossed with chili and salt. None of it is fancy, but that's the charm. It's cheap, lively, and endlessly addictive. Locals and travelers sit shoulder to shoulder, clinking glasses and shouting, "Mat, hai, ba, do," as the night stretches on. For the full experience, grab a stool at one of the busy corner bars like Bia Hoi Hanoi on Ta Hien Street, famous for its cheap beer and quick-flowing snacks. If you prefer a slightly calmer but still authentic setting, the smaller spots along Luang Ngat Quyen Street offer the same food and beer culture with a little more breathing room. The Old Quarter isn't just the heart of Hanoi, it's where the city breathes. From smoky pork skewers to bowls of crab noodle soup, from the creamy sweetness of egg coffee to Hanoi's own duck specialties, every street corner tells a story through food. Here, eating isn't just about filling up, it's about gathering on tiny stools, sharing dishes that have been perfected over generations, and feeling the rhythm of the city around you. Hanoi's food isn't polished or fancy, it's real, vibrant, and unforgettable. So tell me, which dish would you try first? The comforting duck vermicelli soup, or a steaming bowl of Hanoi's unique duck pho? Drop your answer in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because next we're exploring the hidden flavors of 𝐸's night markets, where central Vietnam's royal cuisine meets street food. Welcome to 𝐸, the former imperial capital, where royal cuisine meets everyday comfort. Here, every dish tells a story. A bowl of noodles might trace its roots to palace kitchens. A rice cake wrapped in banana leaves could carry a century of tradition. The flavors are bold but balanced, spicy, salty, sweet, and fragrant all at once. At night, the perfume river glows with lanterns, the air fills with the scent of lemongrass and chili, and the streets come alive with sizzling walks and laughter. 𝐸 may be quiet by day, but after dark, it's a feast for the senses. Today, we're counting down 10 dishes you must eat in 𝐸, from royal delicacies to street food legends that define this city's soul. If you love exploring food and culture from across Asia, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next city we explore. Number 10. Bun Bo Hue, Spicy Beef Noodle Soup. If there's one dish that defines this city, it's Bun Bo Hue, a bowl so bold and aromatic it's been called the pride of central Vietnam. This is not your everyday noodle soup. It's deeper, richer, and unapologetically spicy. A true reflection of 𝐸 itself, refined yet fiery. It begins with a slow-simmered broth made from beef bones, lemongrass, shrimp paste, and chili oil. The flavor is layered, spicy and fragrant, with a gentle funk that lingers in the best way possible. Thick round noodles soak up the broth, while slices of beef shank, brisket, and tender pork hock fill the bowl. A spoonful of chili sate adds the final kick, and a squeeze of lime brings everything to life. Every spoonful is comfort and chaos at once. The heat, the herbs, the richness. It's a dish that wakes you up and stays with you. Where to try it? For the classic local version, visit Bun Bo Mu Rot, a humble street stall that's been serving this dish for generations. The broth here is fiery and perfectly balanced. Another favorite is Bun Bo O Kung Chu Deep, known for its generous cuts of beef and rich lemongrass aroma. Price range: 35,000 to 55,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $1.50 to $2.50 USD per bowl. Number 9. Ban Bao Steamed Rice Cakes. Delicate, elegant, and unmistakably 𝐸, Ban Bao is the dish that proves simplicity can be royal. Originally crafted for the imperial court, it's now one of the city's most beloved street foods, served everywhere from family kitchens to bustling markets. Each small dish of Ban Bao begins with a thin layer of silky rice batter, steamed until just set. Then comes the topping, a golden mix of minced shrimp, crispy pork skin, and fried shallots, finished with a spoonful of sweet and salty fish sauce. The result is a perfect bite, soft, savory, and subtly sweet, with a satisfying crunch on top. Locals eat it with a small spoon, carefully scooping each cake one by one. It's not just food, it's a ritual. Every bite feels light, but before you know it, you've finished 10 plates. For a taste of tradition, stop by Bon Bao Nam Loc Mê Lê, a humble restaurant that's been serving this royal snack for over 40 years. Or visit Hang Mê Mi Bao Nam Loc inside Dong Ba Market for a more local street-style experience surrounded by the buzz of vendors and steaming woks. Price range: 20,000 to 40,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 80 cents to $1.50 USD per serving. Number 8. Banh Nam, flat steamed rice cake. Soft, fragrant, and wrapped with care. Banh Nam is one of 𝐼𝐸's most graceful dishes, a true relic of its royal past. Made from rice flour, shrimp, and pork, this delicate cake is steamed inside banana leaves, locking in all its subtle aroma and warmth. The process is as beautiful as the taste itself. A thin layer of silky rice batter is spread over a banana leaf, topped with a savory mix of minced shrimp sautéed in annatto oil, shallots, and fish sauce. The leaf is folded neatly, tied with string, and steamed until the texture turns smooth and fragrant. When unwrapped, the cake glistens with orange shrimp oil and carries the faint, earthy scent of banana leaf. It's eaten with a drizzle of light fish sauce and a spoon. Soft, savory, and slightly sweet, it melts the moment it touches your tongue. For a taste of tradition, visit Quang Banh Nam Ba Do, one of 𝐸's most beloved family-run restaurants known for its perfectly steamed cakes. For a local experience, stop by Bon Nam Hue Mê Lê, where generations of women still fold and steam these delicate parcels by hand each evening. Price range: 20,000 to 35,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 80 cents to $1.40 USD per serving. Number 7. Ban Loc, tapioca shrimp dumplings. Chewy, translucent, and bursting with flavor. Ban Loc is one of 𝐸's most iconic bites, a perfect mix of texture and taste wrapped in tradition. Small enough to fit in your palm, each dumpling is a labor of love, crafted by hand from smooth tapioca flour and filled with a savory mix of shrimp and pork belly. The dough is kneaded until it's glossy and stretchy, then wrapped around a single shrimp and a strip of caramelized pork. Some are steamed inside banana leaves for a subtle, earthy aroma. Others are boiled and served plain for a more delicate chew. When you bite in, the soft, translucent skin gives way to a smoky, sweet filling that's both comforting and addictive. A drizzle of fish sauce adds that perfect salty tang, balancing the sweetness of the meat. It's one of those dishes that feels light yet satisfying, the kind you keep reaching for, one after another. You can't talk about Ban Loc without mentioning Ban Loc Mê Lê, a local institution where trays of dumplings are folded and steamed fresh all day. For an even more traditional take, visit Ban Loc Mê Do, a family-run shop famous for its perfectly chewy texture and rich shrimp flavor. Price range: 20,000 to 40,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 80 cents to $1.60 USD per serving. Number 6. Ban Quai, crispy turmeric pancake. Golden, crisp, and sizzling hot, Ban Quai is 𝐸's answer to the Vietnamese pancake, and it's every bit as addictive as it looks. The name literally means joy, and that's exactly what it delivers. A crackle of crisp batter, a burst of flavor, and the kind of satisfaction only street food can bring. It starts with a turmeric-tinted rice batter poured into a sizzling cast-iron pan. The moment it hits the heat, it hisses and bubbles, forming a golden crust around the edges. The filling, shrimp, pork, and bean sprouts, is added just before it's folded in half, trapping all that steam and aroma inside. What makes 𝐸's version special is the peanut sauce. Thick, nutty, and slightly sweet, it's made from pork liver, ground peanuts, sesame, and a hint of spice. Each bite is a perfect balance of crunch, salt, and creaminess, the kind of harmony 𝐸's royal cuisine is famous for. The legendary spot is Quang Ba Do, where sizzling pans never stop and the peanut sauce is unmatched. For a more local experience, check out Quan Loc Thien, a family-run eatery where generations have been serving this crispy specialty to loyal locals and curious travelers alike. Number 5. Nem Lui, grilled lemongrass pork skewers. If Hue had a scent, it would be the smoky perfume of 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐫𝐷 grilling over charcoal. Simple in concept, but rich in flavor, these pork skewers are the soul of the city's street food, smoky, juicy, and endlessly satisfying. Ground pork is mixed with minced garlic, shallots, and a touch of sugar, then molded by hand around stalks of fresh lemongrass. The skewers are grilled slowly over glowing coals until the edges caramelize and the air fills with that irresistible lemongrass aroma. The result? A smoky sweet bite with a hint of citrus that cuts perfectly through the richness of the meat. But what truly makes 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐫𝐷 special is the Hue-style dipping sauce, a warm, creamy blend of pork liver, ground peanuts, sesame, and chili. Each skewer is wrapped in rice paper with herbs, pickled carrots, and cucumber, then dipped deep into the sauce. It's messy, flavorful, and absolutely unforgettable. For the real deal, head to Quan Han, a local favorite famous for its authentic 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐫𝐷 and perfectly balanced peanut liver sauce. Or visit Quan Mu Do, a family-run eatery known for its smoky, slightly sweet take on this classic. Price range, 30,000 to 50,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $1.20 to $2 USD per serving. Number 4. 𝐾𝐭, baby clam rice. At first glance, 𝐾𝐭 looks humble, a small bowl of rice topped with tiny clams, crushed peanuts, herbs, and chili. But don't be fooled. This dish is a masterpiece of balance. Salty, spicy, crunchy, and fresh all at once. It's the kind of food that defines Hue. Simple ingredients elevated by technique and heart. It begins with hen, or baby clams, harvested from the Perfume River. They're stir-fried quickly with garlic, shallots, and fish sauce, releasing an aroma that fills the air. The clams are then piled over cold rice or noodles, topped with crispy pork cracklings, roasted peanuts, shredded banana blossom, and fresh herbs. A ladle of piping hot clam broth is served on the side, ready to pour over the bowl to awaken all those flavors. The first bite hits with contrast. Warm and cool, soft and crunchy, savory and sharp with chili. It's light yet satisfying, the perfect reflection of central Vietnam's coastal charm. Head to 𝐾𝐭 Hen Hoa Dung, a humble riverside eatery known across Vietnam for perfecting this dish. Another great stop is 𝐾𝐭 Hen Nho, a small family stall tucked away in a quiet alley, where locals gather for breakfast bowls that taste like home. Price range, 15,000 to 30,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 60 cents to $1.20 USD per bowl. Number 3. 𝐶𝐻𝐻𝐾𝐿, Hue Sweet Soups. If Hue's savory dishes tell the story of royal tradition, then 𝐶𝐻𝐻𝐾𝐿 is its playful, colorful side. A collection of sweet soups so diverse, you could try a new one every day for a month and never have the same bowl twice. There isn't just one kind of 𝐶𝐻, there are dozens. Some are hot, others cold. Some are silky and rich, others light and refreshing. You'll find 𝐶𝐵𝐵𝐵 made with sweet corn and coconut milk, 𝐶𝐵 𝐵𝐵𝐾𝐿, a mix of beans, jelly, and ice, and 𝐶𝐻 with creamy taro and pandan syrup. Each bowl is layered like a dessert symphony. Chewy, crunchy, sweet, and cool, all in one spoonful. In Hue, locals often gather at night around small dessert stalls, sitting on plastic stools, chatting over bowls of 𝐶𝐻 served in glass cups that sparkle under fluorescent lights. The air is sweet, literally, with the scent of coconut milk, roasted peanuts, and jasmine lingering in the breeze. For an authentic experience, visit 𝐶𝐻, a legendary stall tucked away in an alley that's been serving for decades. For variety, check out 𝐶 Mo Ton Dik near Dong Ba Market, famous for its colorful selection and rich, creamy coconut base. Price range, 10,000 to 25,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 40 cents to $1 USD per bowl. Number 2. Banh Ram Eat, fried sticky rice dumpling. Crispy on the bottom, chewy on top, and packed with flavor, Banh Ram Eat is Hue in a single bite. Refined, balanced, and unforgettable. This two-layered snack was once served in the royal courts, but today, it's one of the city's most beloved street foods. Each piece begins with a crispy base made from fried glutinous rice, golden and crunchy like a tiny cracker. Sitting on top is a soft, sticky rice dumpling filled with minced shrimp and pork, then brushed with scallion oil and sprinkled with crispy shallots. The contrast is perfection. Chewy meets crunchy, rich meets light, savory meets sweet. It's served warm, often drizzled with a light fish sauce that soaks just enough into the sticky layer without softening the crisp bottom. Every bite is a texture adventure, delicate yet satisfying, proof that even small dishes can carry royal flair. For a truly authentic version, stop by Bon Ram 𝐸𝐿, a family-run shop that's been making this snack for decades using traditional recipes. Another great choice is Bon Ram 𝐸𝐿, hidden inside Dong Ba Market, where the vendors fry each batch fresh right in front of you. Price range: 15,000 to 30,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 60 cents to $1.20 USD per serving. Number 1. Banh Can Nam Pho, Hue-style thick noodle soup. Rich, silky, and full of soul, Banh Can Nam Pho is the dish that captures everything Hue is about: patience, depth, and quiet perfection. Named after the small fishing village of Nam Pho, just outside the city, this comforting noodle soup has been warming hearts for generations. It starts with thick, chewy noodles made from a mix of rice and tapioca flour, cooked until perfectly elastic. The broth is slow-simmered with pork bones and shrimp, creating a balance of sweetness and umami. What makes it stand out is its texture. The soup is thick and glossy, almost like velvet, clinging to every strand of noodle. Each bowl is finished with minced shrimp, pork, chopped scallions, and a drizzle of bright orange annatto oil. The first spoonful is pure comfort, rich, savory, slightly sweet, and deeply satisfying. It's not flashy or spicy like Bun Bo Hue. It's gentler, more soulful, like a warm embrace after a long day. For an authentic version, visit Banh Can Nam Pho Tui, a small local favorite where the recipe has been passed down through 3 generations. You can also try Banh Can Nam Pho O Tu, a cozy family-run spot tucked away near Dong Ba Market, known for its perfectly balanced creamy broth. Price range: 20,000 to 40,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 80 cents to $1.60 USD per bowl. Hue may be known as Vietnam's imperial city, but its real royalty lives in the streets, in tiny bowls of noodles, glistening rice cakes, and the scent of lemongrass drifting through the night air. Here, food is memory, its heritage passed down through generations, from palace kitchens to humble market stalls. Every dish, whether it's a steaming bowl of bun bo or a delicate bite of ban loc, carries the story of this city's soul, refined, balanced, and quietly powerful. As the lanterns fade along the perfume river and the night cools, Hue remains timeless, gentle but strong, like its food. Every flavor whispers of history, love, and the artistry of simplicity. In Hue, food isn't just about eating, it's about feeling the past, one bite at a time. What if I told you that in Da Nang, Vietnam, the best meals don't come with wine? They come with an ice-cold beer, a table full of small plates, and hours of laughter with friends. Here, food and beer are inseparable. Locals call it nh hao, a culture of gathering, sharing, and eating dishes designed to keep you drinking all night. From sizzling skewers to spicy snail dishes, Da Nang's beer foods are bold, salty, and made to pair perfectly with a cold bottle of Bia Larue. Today, we're counting down the top 10 beer foods in Da Nang you can't miss. Stick around for number 1. It's messy, fiery, and the ultimate drinking food. Number 10. Fermented pork rolls. Fermented pork rolls, also known as nem chua, might look small, but don't underestimate it. It's a flavor bomb wrapped in banana leaves. These bite-sized fermented pork rolls are tangy, slightly spicy, and carry just the right amount of saltiness to keep you reaching for another. The fermentation gives them a unique sour kick, while the chewy pork is perfectly balanced with the crunch of garlic and the fiery bite of chili. This is the kind of snack locals love to pair with cold beer, sharp, refreshing, and just a little addictive. For the classic Da Nang-style nem chua, try Nem Chua Ba Thoi, a go-to spot for both locals and visitors who want a traditional, reliable version of this snack. But if you're after a stronger, tangy flavor with a spicier kick, head to Nem Chua Ba Hoang, a smaller family-run spot that feels more rustic and closer to what you'd find at a village Nha table. Number 9. Dried beef and dried squid. Dried beef and dried squid, or 𝐾𝐵 and 𝐾𝐵 muck, are the undisputed kings of Vietnam's beer snacks. Spiced dried beef is chewy, smoky, and carries a subtle sweetness that lingers after every bite. Dried squid, grilled over open flames, has a salty, charred flavor with a texture that's perfect for tearing apart by hand. The ritual is simple and addictive. Tear a piece, dip it into fiery chili sauce, sip your beer, and repeat. For the classic experience, head to Han Market, where dozens of vendors grill dried beef and squid on the spot, perfect if you want to taste or take some home. But if you want to eat like the locals, check out Quan Nao Bien Dan 27, a late-night drinking joint where the squid is grilled fresh to order and the atmosphere is as lively as the food itself. Number 8. Green mango salad with dried fish. Green mango salad with dried fish, or 𝐷𝐸 is the dish that wakes up every corner of your palate. Crisp green mango strips are tossed with shredded dried fish, roasted peanuts, fresh herbs, and a fiery kick of chili. The first bite hits you with tangy sourness from the mango, then the salty chew of dried fish, the crunch of peanuts, and finally that spicy finish. It's sweet, sour, salty, and spicy all in one bite. Locals love it because it cuts through the richness of grilled meats and fried dishes, giving your taste buds a reset before the next round. For a quick and casual version, street stalls along Le Duan Street are your best bet. Fresh mango, fast service, and no frills. But if you want a fuller, bolder take, head to 𝐷 Han, where the salad is loaded with extra herbs and a punchier chili dressing that locals swear by. Number 7. Beef in betel leaf. Beef in betel leaf, or bo la lot, is one of Vietnam's most aromatic and beloved drinking dishes. Minced beef is mixed with lemongrass, garlic, and spices, then wrapped in glossy green betel leaves. Grilled over hot charcoal, the leaves release a smoky, peppery aroma that seeps into the juicy meat inside. Each bite is savory, herbaceous, and just a little bitter from the betel leaf, an unforgettable flavor that pairs perfectly with beer. For a traditional, time-tested version, visit Bo La Lot Ban Gok, a long-standing eatery famous for its balance of smoky char and fragrant lemongrass. For something more rustic, head to Quan Bo La Lot An Ba, a laid-back Nha spot known for its generous portions and a tamarind chili dipping sauce with an extra punch. Number 6. Crispy fried chicken cartilage. Crispy fried chicken cartilage, or sun ga rang moi, is the definition of beer food. Bite-sized pieces of chicken cartilage are fried with salt, garlic, and chili flakes until golden and crunchy. Every bite delivers that irresistible snap, making it the kind of dish you can't stop eating once you start. For a casual street-side experience, check out the beer stalls along Le Hong Fong Street, where crispy snacks and cold beer keep flowing all night. If you want a slightly richer version, try Quan Nao Sun Ga Ko 2, popular with young locals for its extra garlicky style and lively late-night atmosphere. Number 5. Baby snails. Stir-fried with lemongrass. Baby snails stir-fried with lemongrass, or 𝐷 Hoot, is the dish that screams Da Nang Nhao culture. Tiny freshwater snails are stir-fried with lemongrass, chili, and lime leaves, then served steaming hot in bowls. You pick them out one by one with toothpicks, sip the spicy, fragrant broth, and wash it down with beer. It's messy, it's fun, and it's social. The kind of dish that makes you lose track of time while the night stretches on. For a cheap and cheerful version, head to 𝐷 Hoot Khai Bang, a local favorite famous for its strong lemongrass flavor and budget-friendly prices. If you want something spicier with more of a street-side buzz, try 𝐷 Hoot Hoa Bac, where the broth packs an extra chili kick and the atmosphere is always lively. Number 4. Fish grilled in foil. Fish grilled in foil, or Ca Nuong Gi Bac, is one of the true centerpieces of a Da Nang beer table. Fresh fish is marinated with lemongrass, garlic, and chili, then wrapped tightly in foil and grilled over charcoal. The foil traps all the juices inside, so when it's unwrapped at the table, a cloud of fragrant steam escapes, and the fish inside is tender, smoky, and dripping with flavor. It's a dish made for sharing. Everyone reaches in, tearing off pieces of soft fish and dipping them into chili sauce while the beers keep flowing. For a classic local experience, head to Nam Jan Seafood, a hidden gem famous for its no-frills backyard setup and unbeatable fresh seafood. If you want something a bit bigger and bolder, check out 𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿 27, where the portions are larger and the marinades are richer, making it perfect for groups. Number 3. Beef grilled with lime leaves. Beef grilled with lime leaves, or 𝐵O 𝐷𝐿 lat chan, is simple in appearance, but extraordinary in flavor. Thin slices of beef are grilled over charcoal with lime leaves, which release a citrusy, smoky aroma that seeps deep into the meat. The result is tender, juicy beef with a bright, zesty edge that pairs beautifully with the bitterness of cold beer. It's one of the most popular 𝐿𝐻𝐽 dishes in Da Nang because it captures everything people love about drinking food: flavorful, aromatic, and easy to share. For a traditional take, try Quan Bo Nuong Xuan, where the grilling is done the old-school way over open flames, giving the beef that perfect smoky char. For something with a little more kick, head to 𝐵O 𝐷𝐿 lat chan Bathang, known for its spicier marinades and bustling street corner atmosphere. Number 2. Grilled chicken with chili salt. Grilled chicken with chili salt, or 𝐷𝐴 𝐷𝐿 𝐸𝐿 ot, is smoky, spicy, and absolutely irresistible. Whole or half chickens are marinated with chili salt, garlic, and lemongrass, then slow grilled over charcoal until the skin turns golden and crisp. The meat inside stays juicy and tender, bursting with flavor in every bite. The chicken is chopped into bite-sized pieces and laid out for everyone to share, making it one of the ultimate keep drinking dishes. For a perfectly balanced version, visit Quan Ga Nuong Ok, famous for its juicy, flavorful chicken that's spicy but never overwhelming. If you're after a crunchier bite, try Quan Ga Nuong Khai K, where the skin is extra crispy and the late-night crowd makes the atmosphere just as good as the food. Number 1. Grilled Seafood Feast. Grilled Seafood Feast, or Hai San Nuong, is the king of Da Nang beer food. Imagine a charcoal grill piled high with prawns, squid, clams, and crabs, all brushed with garlic, chili, and lemongrass butter. The air fills with the smoky scent of the sea as plates of freshly grilled seafood keep arriving, and the beers keep flowing. It's loud, it's messy, and it's communal, the purest expression of Da Nang's seaside Nha culture. Friends gather around, cracking shells, dipping seafood into chili salt, and sharing laughter late into the night. For a classic beachside experience, head to Bayman Seafood, one of the city's most famous spots where the variety and freshness of the seafood is unmatched. For something more hidden but just as authentic, try Lao and Nuong Nam Jan, a legendary backyard-style eatery known for its chaotic, lively vibe and unbeatable value. In Da Nang, beer food isn't just about eating, it's about hours of laughter, clinking glasses, and sharing plates with friends. From crispy chicken cartilage to fiery grilled seafood, these dishes are designed to keep the night alive. Which beer food would you dive into first? Snails with lemongrass, or a full seafood grill by the beach? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because next, we're heading to explore the late-night 𝐿𝐻𝐽 culture of Saigon, where beer and food take on a whole new level. What if I told you that Nha Trang's real magic doesn't happen on its beaches, but in its streets after dark? As the sun sets, this coastal city transforms. Smoky grills flare to life. Vendors set up tiny plastic stools along the sidewalks, and the air fills with the sizzling sound of seafood and the laughter of locals. From late-night noodle stalls to seafood feasts by the roadside, Nha Trang's night food scene is electric, alive, and absolutely irresistible. This isn't just dinner, it's a nightly ritual where food, people, and the city's energy come together. Tonight, we're diving into the top 10 local favorites in Nha Trang, dishes you'll find buzzing on the streets, packed with flavor, and loved by locals. Stick around for number 1, it's the heart and soul of this city's food culture. Number 10. Mini rice pancakes. When the sun sets in Nha Trang, the smell of sizzling batter fills the air, and locals gather around small clay grills to enjoy one of the city's favorite snacks, mini rice pancakes. These little treats are made with rice flour batter poured into hot clay molds, then topped with quail eggs, shrimp, or squid. The edges turn perfectly crispy, while the center stays soft and fluffy, giving each bite a balance of textures that keeps you coming back for more. They're served with a dipping sauce made from fish broth, shredded papaya, and chili, which adds sweetness, tang, and just enough spice to cut through the richness. For the most famous version, head to Bon Con 51 on To Hien Thanh Street. It's always busy and known for its variety of toppings, all cooked fresh in front of you. If you're after something more low-key, Bon Con Ut Nam on Hoang Van Thu Street is a smaller family-run spot. It feels homely, the portions are generous, and the atmosphere is warm, like being invited into someone's kitchen. Number 9. Grilled pork sausage rolls. If there's one dish that truly defines Nha Trang's street food scene, it's the grilled pork sausage roll. Smoky, juicy, and slightly sweet, these sausages are grilled over open flames until the edges caramelize and the aroma fills the air. But the magic is in how you eat them, wrapped in rice paper with fresh herbs, pickled vegetables, and dipped into a thick, nutty peanut sauce. Each roll is a burst of flavor, balancing smokiness, crunch, and freshness all in one bite. The most famous spot is Nem Nuong Jang Vun Quyen on Lun Ong Street. This restaurant is legendary in Nha Trang and often packed with both locals and tourists, all coming for its rich dipping sauce and consistent quality. If you want something a little more down-to-earth, head to Nem Nuong Vu Than An on Lê Loi Street. It's less touristy, more relaxed, and has the feel of a neighborhood favorite where the regulars come back again and again. Number 8. Beef with rice vermicelli. Unlike the famous spicy beef noodle soup from 𝐬𝐮, Nha Trang has its own lighter, more refreshing version. The broth is clear yet fragrant, simmered with beef bones, lemongrass, and local herbs. Instead of being fiery and rich, it's clean and comforting, perfect for a late-night bowl that won't weigh you down. The bowl usually comes with thin slices of tender beef, rice vermicelli noodles, fresh herbs, and sometimes even crab cakes or pork balls. For a local favorite, Bun Bo Ot on Bok Jang Street is loved for its flavorful broth and generous portions. If you want a more hidden, everyday spot, Bun Bo Ko Lan on Hong Bong Street is small, family-run, and popular with locals grabbing a quick, satisfying meal. Number 7. Pork and shrimp tapioca dumplings. Chewy, delicate, and bursting with flavor, pork and shrimp tapioca dumplings are a central Vietnamese specialty that Nha Trang locals adore. These little parcels are made from translucent tapioca flour dough, filled with marinated shrimp and pork belly, then steamed or boiled until soft and glossy. The texture is the wow factor, slightly sticky, chewy on the outside, but rich and savory inside. They're often served with crispy shallots on top and dipped into a sweet fish sauce with chili, which balances out the chewiness with tang and heat. For a classic version, try Ban Bot Loc Huay O Bay on Hoang Van Thu Street, where the dumplings are hand-wrapped and perfectly seasoned. For something even more rustic, the Con market-style stalls scattered around local neighborhoods offer cheap, no-frills versions that locals swear by for their homemade taste. Number 6. Grilled spicy crab. Nothing captures Nha Trang's seaside food culture quite like grilled crab. Fresh blue crabs are split open, marinated with chili, garlic, and salt, then roasted over hot coals until the shells char and the meat inside turns smoky and sweet. The chili marinade gives every bite a fiery kick, balanced by the natural sweetness of the crab. Eating crab here is messy and hands-on. You crack the shells, dip the meat into a simple salt and lime sauce, and let the juices drip down your fingers while sipping a cold drink. For a buzzing, energetic experience, visit Than Suong Seafood on Thap Ba Street, a well-known restaurant famous for its variety of fresh crabs and fast service. If you want something a little more low-key, head to Bouquet Seafood on Su Lao Trung Street, where the setting is right by the water, and the crab is grilled slower, giving it a smokier depth of flavor. Number 5. Grilled fish with chili salt. Grilled fish is one of those dishes that instantly reminds you that Nha Trang is a coastal city. Whole fish, often snapper or mackerel, is rubbed with a marinade of chili, salt, garlic, and lemongrass, then grilled over charcoal until the skin blisters and the flesh turns smoky and tender. The flavor is bold yet simple. Spicy heat from the marinade, smokiness from the grill, and the natural sweetness of the fresh fish. This dish is made for sharing. Locals often wrap the fish in rice paper with fresh herbs and dip it into a salty lime sauce, creating the perfect balance of spice, freshness, and tang. For a lively, busy atmosphere, Ca Nuong 79 on Hoang Dieu Street is the go-to spot, famous for its generous portions and quick service. If you'd rather enjoy it with a view, the seafood BBQ stalls along Tran Phu Beach offer the same dish in a more relaxed, open-air setting, with the smell of the sea mixing with the smoke of the grills. Number 4. Mini pancakes with seafood toppings. These little pancakes, cooked in round clay molds, are one of Nha Trang's most comforting and social street foods. Made from rice flour batter, they puff up into small golden cakes that are then topped with quail eggs, shrimp, or squid. Crisp on the outside but soft in the middle, they're light yet packed with flavor. What makes them special is the dipping sauce, a fragrant mix of fish broth, shredded papaya, and chili. The sauce brings sweetness, sourness, and a touch of heat that cuts perfectly through the richness of the pancake. For a well-known spot with variety and speed, head to Ban Khun 51 on To Hien Than Street, where trays of pancakes come hot off the grill in seconds. If you'd prefer something more intimate, Ut Nam on Hoang Van Thu Street is family-run, with a cozy backyard feel that makes the experience slower and more homely. Number 3. Grilled lobster. Nha Trang is famous across Vietnam for its lobster, and nothing captures the city's coastal pride quite like eating it fresh off the grill. Split in half, brushed with garlic butter and chili, then cooked over charcoal, the lobster meat stays tender and sweet while soaking up a smoky, buttery flavor. Each bite is rich, juicy, and indulgent. This isn't just street food, it's a seaside feast. For a polished experience, Lang Tom Hum on Tran Phu Street is a seafood house specializing in lobster, where you'll find generous portions and quick service. For something more rustic, try one of the floating restaurants at Vinh Nguyen Fishing Village, where you can choose your lobster straight from the tanks and enjoy it cooked to order while sitting over the water. Number 2. Lemongrass chili beef. Few dishes capture the bold, vibrant flavors of Nha Trang like lemongrass chili beef. Thin slices of beef are marinated with fresh lemongrass, garlic, and chili before being grilled quickly over a hot flame. The result is tender, juicy beef with a smoky edge, fragrant from the lemongrass, and just spicy enough to keep you reaching for more. For a famous version with decades of history, visit Lac Can on Nguyen Bin Kiem Street, a restaurant locals swear by for its perfectly marinated beef and lively atmosphere. If you'd rather keep things simple, the En Chau-style stalls around Ngo Gia 2 Street are great for a casual experience, where the beef is grilled right on the sidewalk and served with a local's touch. Number 1. Mixed grilled seafood. If there's one dish that defines Nha Trang at night, it's mixed grilled seafood. Tables spill onto the sidewalks, the air thick with smoke from charcoal grills, and trays of clams, scallops, prawns, squid, and oysters arrive one after another. Brushed with garlic butter and chili, each piece is smoky, salty, and full of the ocean's sweetness. Eating grilled seafood here isn't just about the food, it's an event. Friends gather around big platters, cracking shells, dipping fresh catches into lime and chili salt, and sharing stories over ice-cold beer. It's lively, messy, and joyful, the true spirit of Nha Trang's night scene. For a bustling, energetic setting, Bouquet Seafood on Su Lao Trung Street is one of the most popular spots, known for its huge variety and affordable prices. If you prefer a slightly more refined experience, Than Suong Seafood on Tran Phu Street is famous for its fresh daily catch and quick service, making it a longtime favorite with both locals and visitors. Nha Trang isn't just about its beaches. It's about nights filled with sizzling grills, crowded sidewalks, and the laughter of locals sharing food together. From smoky pork sausage rolls to indulgent grilled lobster, and from messy sea snails to giant seafood feasts, every dish here tells a story of the ocean, the people, and the city's vibrant street life. Food in Nha Trang is more than just a meal. It's a ritual, a gathering, and a celebration of everything this coastal city has to offer. So, which dish would you dive into first? The fiery grilled crab, or the simple, addictive mini rice pancakes? Let me know in the comments below. And if you loved this countdown, don't forget to subscribe, because next we're heading north to explore the street food secrets of Hanoi's Old Quarter.
Oh my god, I just found heaven on earth.
What if I told you that Saigon's real heartbeat doesn't come from its skyline or traffic, but from its streets after dark?
Right here on this street, a street known as Food Heaven.
When the sun sets, this city transforms. Plastic stools spill onto the sidewalks, charcoal fires flicker under glowing street lamps, and the air fills with the sound of sizzling woks, laughter, and motorbikes weaving through the night. This is Ho Chi Minh City, where street food isn't just a meal, it's a way of life.
From the very first minute that I came to this country, I knew my life had changed. You know, my old life was suddenly never going to be good enough.
In a lot of restaurants, they have these really tiny stool chairs and these really tiny tables.
This is what they do. Great flavor. I can see why a lot of people would really like it.
Another food stop.
From smoky skewers and spicy noodles to crispy pancakes and steaming bowls of pho, every corner tells a story through flavor, family, and tradition. Tonight, we're diving into the top 10 local favorites in Saigon, the dishes locals crave, the flavors that define the city, and the late-night spots where life never slows down. Stick around for number 1. It's the dish that captures everything Saigon stands for: bold, busy, and beautifully chaotic.
If you're looking to eat on a budget, these are the best places to go.
Banh 𝐸𝐻, Vietnamese crispy pancake. This dish is the sound of Saigon itself, crackling, sizzling, and alive. Banh 𝐸𝐻, literally meaning sizzling cake, is a crispy rice flour pancake infused with turmeric and coconut milk, fried to golden perfection, and stuffed with pork, shrimp, and bean sprouts. When it hits the pan, the batter sings. Oil pops, steam rises, and the aroma of coconut and turmeric fills the air. It's meant to be eaten with your hands. Tear off a crunchy piece, wrap it in lettuce with herbs and mint, then dip it into a bowl of tangy fish sauce. The mix of textures and flavors, crisp, fresh, salty, and sweet, captures everything Saigon stands for: chaos and balance all at once. Head to Banh 𝐸𝐻 46, 𝐬𝐮𝐿 Trang in District 1, one of the city's most famous spots. The open kitchen buzzes with sound as rows of sizzling pans cook pancakes non-stop for hungry locals and tourists. For something more local, Banh 𝐸𝐻 and 𝐸𝐿 in District 3 offers a humbler but just as flavorful version, loved for its authenticity and fast-paced street charm. Price range: 60,000 to 90,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $2.5 to $4 per serving. Bún thịt nướng, grilled pork with vermicelli. Simple, smoky, and endlessly satisfying, Bún thịt nướng is the dish that proves Saigon street food doesn't need to be fancy to be unforgettable. Tender slices of marinated pork are grilled over open charcoal until the edges caramelize and the air fills with the scent of lemongrass and smoke. The meat is then layered over cool rice vermicelli, topped with pickled carrots, crushed peanuts, and crispy shallots before being drenched in a ladle of sweet and sour fish sauce. Every bite brings contrast: the warmth of grilled meat, the chill of noodles, and the brightness of herbs. It's refreshing yet rich, the kind of dish you could eat every day and never get tired of. For a classic version, visit Bún thịt nướng 𝐶 Thong in District 3, a long-running favorite famous for its perfectly charred pork and balance of flavors. Another local gem is Bún thịt nướng 𝐬𝐿 Trong Truc in District 1, where the smoky aroma hits you the moment you arrive. Price range: 50,000 to 80,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $2 to $3.5 per bowl. Cơm Tam, broken rice with grilled pork. This is the ultimate comfort food of Saigon. Cơm Tam, or broken rice, a dish born from humble beginnings that became a city staple. What started as a meal for farmers using leftover broken grains has evolved into one of Vietnam's most beloved plates. Each serving begins with a bed of soft, fragrant rice, cooked from imperfect grains that soak up flavor better than any other. On top sits a perfectly grilled pork chop, marinated in lemongrass, garlic, and fish sauce, charred just enough to give every bite a smoky sweetness. It's often paired with a fried egg, pickled vegetables, shredded pork skin, and a drizzle of golden fish sauce that ties it all together. When you mix it all, the rice, the meat, the egg, and that splash of sauce, it's simple food that somehow tastes extraordinary. Head to Cơm Tam Ba Gian in Phu Nhuan District, a legendary spot where the pork chops are grilled fresh over hot charcoal and bigger than the plate they're served on. For a more local atmosphere, try Cơm Tam Cali in District 3, known for its generous portions and perfectly balanced sauces. Price range: 55,000 to 85,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 2 to 3.5 US dollars per plate. Banh mi, Vietnamese sandwich. If Saigon had a flavor you could hold in your hands, it would be banh mi, the city's most famous and beloved street food. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, this humble baguette carries the story of Vietnam's past and present in every bite. Each sandwich starts with a warm, flaky baguette, split open and slathered with pate, butter, and chili sauce. Inside, it's a perfect chaos of textures: grilled pork or roasted chicken, pickled carrots, cucumber, cilantro, and a touch of spicy chili. The first bite is loud, messy, and unforgettable, a crunch that gives way to layers of flavor both sweet and savory. It's fast, affordable, and eaten everywhere, from crowded corners in District 1 to quiet alleys in the suburbs. You don't sit down for banh mi. You grab it, bite it, and keep moving through the rhythm of the city. For an iconic taste, stop by Banh Mi Huỳnh Hoa on Lê Thị Riêng Street, where the line stretches down the sidewalk every night. Their version is stacked with meats, rich pate, and buttery layers that make it the king of Saigon sandwiches. For something more local, Banh Mi Huỳnh Hoa, just a few blocks away, offers a simpler, classic version loved by office workers and locals alike. Price range: 35,000 to 60,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 1.5 to 2.5 US dollars per sandwich. Hủ tiếu, Saigon-style noodle soup. In a city that never slows down, hủ tiếu is Saigon's version of comfort in a bowl: light, fragrant, and endlessly customizable. It's one of those dishes that seems simple at first glance, but reveals its depth the more you eat it. The clear pork broth is simmered for hours, layered with the sweetness of bones, dried squid, and onion. Flat rice noodles rest at the bottom, topped with slices of pork, shrimp, quail eggs, and a sprinkle of fried garlic. A spoonful of chili and a squeeze of lime bring it to life. What makes hủ tiếu special is its flexibility. You can have it dry, 𝐷𝐸𝐾𝐭, with the broth on the side, or served as a steaming soup, 𝐷𝐸𝐴𝐷. Either way, it's clean, flavorful, and the perfect dish for Saigon's late nights or early mornings. One of the most famous spots is Hủ tiếu Nam Vang Than Jat near Ben Thanh Market, known for its rich broth and generous toppings. For a more local feel, Hủ tiếu Liên Hua in District 5 has been serving bowls of this southern classic for decades, attracting loyal customers night after night. Price range: 50,000 to 80,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 2 to 3.5 US dollars per bowl. 𝐷𝐸𝐿, fresh spring rolls. Light, fresh, and bursting with flavor, 𝐷𝐸𝐿, or Vietnamese fresh spring rolls, are one of Saigon's most balanced and beautiful bites. They're the perfect street food for the city's heat: cool, clean, and full of texture. Each roll is a translucent bundle of goodness: soft rice paper wrapped around shrimp, pork, vermicelli noodles, lettuce, and herbs. The real magic comes from the dipping sauce: thick peanut hoisin with crushed peanuts and chili, or a lighter fish sauce blend that adds a bright, savory kick. You can taste every ingredient at once: the crunch of herbs, the chew of noodles, and the delicate sweetness of shrimp, all wrapped in one bite that feels both light and satisfying. It's a dish you'll find everywhere, from busy night markets to small family stalls tucked down quiet alleys. For a local favorite, visit Goi Quan Tom Thit on Nguyen Trung Truc Street in District 1, where rolls are handmade to order and served with rich, creamy peanut sauce. Another great spot is Quan Nem in District 3, known for its spring rolls and relaxed, street-side vibe. Price range: 25,000 to 50,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 1 to 2 US dollars per serving. Banh Can Cua, thick crab noodle soup, hearty, rich, and deeply comforting. Banh Can Cua is one of Saigon's most loved noodle soups, a dish that feels like home in a bowl. It's thick, glossy, and packed with seafood flavor that hits you from the very first spoonful. The broth is made by simmering pork bones, crab meat, and shrimp until it becomes velvety and golden. Thick tapioca noodles are added, soft and chewy, with a texture unlike any other Vietnamese noodle dish. Each bowl is then topped with fresh crab claws, boiled quail eggs, and a sprinkle of green onions and fried shallots. The first bite is pure comfort, warm, slightly sweet, and filled with the taste of the sea. A squeeze of lime and a dash of chili oil bring it to life, creating that perfect balance of richness and spice that Saigon is famous for. For a truly local experience, head to Ban Can Qua 14 on Tran Binh Trong Street, known citywide for its thick, flavorful broth and generous crab portions. Another favorite is Ban Can Qua Nam Joan in District 5, where the noodles are hand-pulled and the flavor is deep and unforgettable. Price range: 60,000 to 90,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $2.5 to $4 per bowl. Bo La Lot, grilled beef in betel leaf. Fragrant, smoky, and full of flavor, Bo La Lot is one of Saigon's most irresistible street foods. It's the kind of dish you can smell long before you see it. Grilled over hot charcoal, sending plumes of aromatic smoke drifting down the street. Each roll starts with minced beef mixed with lemongrass, garlic, and a touch of fish sauce, then wrapped tightly in glossy green betel leaves. As they hit the grill, the leaves crackle and release their peppery aroma, infusing the meat with a deep, earthy flavor. Served with rice noodles, herbs, and sweet fish sauce, every bite is smoky, juicy, and perfectly balanced. It's simple food done with care, grilled fresh to order, always hot, always packed with that signature Saigon spice. Visit Bo La Lot Le Vun Sai in District 3, a hidden gem loved by locals for its rich flavor and perfectly charred rolls. For a livelier atmosphere, Bo La Lot An Ba in District 1 serves up large platters with noodles and herbs, ideal for sharing over cold drinks. Price range: 50,000 to 80,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $2 to $3.5 per serving. Pho Bo, beef pho. No trip to Saigon is complete without a steaming bowl of pho bo, Vietnam's most iconic noodle soup and a symbol of the nation's comfort and craft. Though born in the north, Saigon's version has its own rhythm, richer, sweeter, and louder, much like the city itself. The broth is the heart of it all, slow-simmered for hours with beef bones, charred onion, and fragrant spices like star anise, cinnamon, and ginger. Flat rice noodles soak up the broth's depth, while thin slices of rare beef cook right in the bowl as hot broth is poured over. On the side, there's a plate of fresh herbs, lime, chili, and bean sprouts, so you can build your own perfect flavor with every spoonful. It's breakfast, lunch, or dinner all in one. Saigon's most versatile dish, and one that never loses its magic, no matter how many times you've had it. For an unforgettable bowl, visit Pho Hoa Pasteur in District 3, one of Saigon's most famous pho restaurants serving locals and travelers for decades. For something more down-to-earth, Pho Lo in District 5 is beloved for its strong, aromatic broth and generous beef cuts that melt in your mouth. 60,000 to 100,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $2.5 to $4 per bowl. Bo Nay, Vietnamese, sizzling beef with eggs and baguette. There's no sound in Saigon more satisfying than the crackle of bo nay hitting a hot iron pan. It's loud, sizzling, and impossible to ignore, the kind of meal that stops you in your tracks as you walk past a street stall. Thin slices of beef are seared on a scorching cast iron plate alongside an egg, a few slices of sausage, and a dollop of pâté. As it sizzles, the flavors mingle, rich, buttery, and savory, while the egg slowly sets in the heat. It's served still bubbling, with a fresh baguette on the side to soak up every last drop of sauce and yolk. Every bite feels like indulgence. The crunch of bread, the softness of the beef, and that buttery, peppery sauce that clings to everything. It's noisy, delicious, and pure Saigon energy served on a plate. Head to Bo Nay Thring Gon on Nguyen Thi Minh Khai Street, famous for its sizzling platters served right to the table with endless bread refills. For a more local experience, Bo Nay Sao Khao in District 3 is a longtime favorite known for its generous portions and authentic old-school flavor. Price range: 70,000 to 100,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $3 to $4 per serving. In Saigon, food isn't just something you eat, it's something you feel. It's the rhythm of the city itself. The sizzle of pans, the hum of scooters, the laughter spilling from crowded sidewalks. From the golden crunch of bánh xèo to the smoky sweetness of bún thịt nướng, every dish tells a story of family, tradition, and the city's unstoppable energy. The broth of 𝐸𝐻 carries generations of care, while the sizzling plates of bò nê remind you that food here is always alive, hot, loud, and full of character. This is Saigon's soul, a city that never stands still, yet always finds time to gather around a meal, where strangers share stools, stories, and smiles beneath a haze of steam and light. Because here, food isn't just a taste, it's a connection to the people, the culture, and the chaos that makes this city unforgettable. So tell me, which dish would you try first? Drop it in the comments below. And if you love this journey through Saigon's streets, stick around, because we're just getting started exploring the flavors of Vietnam.